Hello everybody, welcome back to my floss tube. I'm Amy, Fiber Arts Amy, here and on Instagram. I'm not going to do a whole lot of intro here. I'm going to hopefully finish my Mirabilia WIP parade today. I should say today is, what is today? Monday, December 5th, 2022. So hopefully, I'm hoping to get this all done in like one segment that I can upload, but I don't know how long this is going to take. I have 3 bins of WIPs with me. Not all of them are Mirabilias though, so just like my other videos, I'll have to like go through and some of them will be Mirabilias and some of them won't. But I'll just go ahead and jump in if that's okay. Over the next couple days, I will go back to video 1 and put in a whole bunch of links that would be appropriate to any of the videos. So if you have questions, you can always DM me or just ask in the comments. But also hopefully I'll go back and put some links in for like people I've mentioned and different products and shops and that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to jump in. The first one I want to show you is Titania. There's a number of us on Instagram working on this. Although I have been very lax lately in working on it, I really need to get back to it. This one's also always hard to show, although that's not too bad. It usually gets washed out. But this is where I am on Titania. I actually have made quite a lot of progress on this year. This is her lap, so there's still a lot more to go. But significant work done on it, so I'm happy about that. The next one is, and I might not talk about them a whole lot. You guys have heard me talk about doing Titania on black a lot. The next one I'm going to show you is red. And this one should have been done ages ago. I'm not going to unscroll it from the scroll frame, but this is where she is so far. There is a lot more, or there is more of her cape done down here that you can't see. At this point, I kind of jumped all over the place on her. There's a number of threads hanging. I jumped all over the place on her for a while, now that it's on the scroll frames, because for a while I was working on her on Q-snaps. Now I'm kind of trying to do her top down for the DMC in the Krynic, so I can put the Krynic in and backstitch her and all. But she's coming along. Again, oh, this is done on a, they do the birds. Patterns of birds. Crossed wing. A crossed wing collection fabric. I want to say it's called like Storm or something, but I could be wrong. Oh, you're going to love this one. See this? This is, oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. Hamlet, Dead Girl in the Water. Ophelia. I knew it was an O, and I kept wanting to say Othello, which obviously it's not Othello. This is my Ophelia. It's so sad. So here's my Ophelia. I got the fabric on the scroll frames. I am using the called for fabric on this one. I didn't feel really comfortable picking a different fabric since the color of the water is supposed to like blend with the DMC colors. I wanted to stick with the called for. So I got the fabric. I found my center. I counted to the top left to start. I got floss on the needle, and I stopped. I haven't actually put any stitches in. So not quite a WIP, and I do have a project bag around here somewhere with all of her stuff in it. Not quite a WIP, but it's really ready to start. I'm just trying to show you the stuff on the scroll frames first, because those get stored in a closet back there. And it's not, like, hard to get them in and out, but it's not real convenient either. Mediterranean Mermaid is another WIP that I have on a scroll frame. Now she can be, you know, you can frame her like this or sideways. Yeah, so my phone's gonna freak out. You can do it either way you want. If memory serves, I haven't worked on her in a little while, I believe she's charted to be worked on that way. But I'm working on her this way, even though you have to do a little bit of mental gymnastics, because then the symbols are turned from what they are in the key. I just find her a more enjoyable stitch this way. I find it more enjoyable to like stitch short rows going like from top to bottom, rather than like kind of awkward wide rows. So that's why I decided to stitch her that way. And I know people have framed her both ways at times. Oh, my needle came unthreaded at some point. I do need to get back to this one. I think this might be a Be Stitch Me fabric. So I just have some of her tail. Her tail has a lot of Krynic in it. So it actually leaves very little to do DMC-wise. There's like a lot of counting if you like to wait until near the end to do your Krynic. So I'm gonna, I think she might be something I work on later today. All right, I'm gonna start making a giant mess and going through all of my bags. This is a project bag made by me. The kind I really like with the handles, because I can hang them on things. This one is the Dream. Nope. I'm gonna have to look. Yeah, it is the Dreamer. I always, so there's also the Dreaming Fairy. And I always, the Dreaming Fairy has a different name too, though. That's escaping. Enchanted Dreamer. She's hanging on the wall over there. Enchanted Dreamer, I always want to call, like, just, because she, anyway, that's the one I confuse with the Dreamer in terms of its title. So this is what the Dreamer looks like. I just have a photocopy in my working copy in my project bag. This is where I am on her. So not a ton done, but I think a respectable start. I don't have as much margin as I'd like all the way down in this fabric, but I kind of want to make this fabric work. I've got this relatively skinny long piece for the Dreamer. And I have everything I need for her. I've got beads at the bottom of this bag, although she doesn't take very many, and I'm like holding it up here. Hello. I've got all of her floss. I've got some beads down there. Does she take any Krynic or anything? No, she's all DMC and just 2 beads. So she's not, I think the chart's out of print and probably at least a little bit difficult to come by. Since one of the images that got pulled up was an eBay listing for $65. Let's see what else. And this is June's Pearl Fairy, I believe. I hope I'm not showing July's Amethyst. Oh my god, June's Pearl Fairy is the one I'm doing on red. And I have kitted up a second time. I don't know why I said that. July's Amethyst Fairy. And Pam from Stitch in the Land of Good Enough has finished this one, and it is beautiful. I honestly don't know if I've started it. I think I need to wash this fabric. I'm pretty sure this is a Lugana from Pole Stitches that I probably got off their Etsy site, because they'll list, I wouldn't order Lugana. Like, if I see a pretty piece of Lugana I can't resist, I might buy it. But if I'm ordering, like, it's going to be dyed to order, I'll always order casual linen. So I haven't started it yet. And this is smelly. I need to wash it. And I don't know what that fabric... Actually, I don't even think they always have names, especially if they're on their Etsy site. I've got a whole lot of... Ooh, I don't want to show the chart. I've got a whole lot of beads in there. It looks like I need DMC and Krynic. So next time I'm in the mood to shop, maybe I'll get the, ooh, sorry for bumping you, the DMC and Krynic. I decided, so I like filming on my phone more, but there's like memory storage issues sometimes. I've got too much on there. I need help getting stuff off of it. Anyway, I'm filming you on my iPad. I don't have a stand for my iPad, so right now my iPad is like up on pillows. It's not the sturdiest setup I've ever used. But anyway, hopefully it'll work for the length of this video. Alright, there's a lot of stuff in here that's not Mira. This one is Savannah's Curtsy. This one was one of the last patterns that I kitted up, just because it can't see your face. I want to be able to see your face. I may stitch that though. I do think it's pretty. I don't have a fabric picked for it, but I would stitch it on something pretty simple. I've got all the DMC, and I've got beads and Krynic, although she doesn't take very many. So this could be started as soon as I find a fabric. If anyone has a suggestion for a fabric, let me know. I'm curious. I wonder if all of those insides of her skirt are stitched. I'm going to peek at the chart real quick. Because sometimes Nora does that, right? And like, again, this is how we open Mirabilia charts. We do not tear the sticker. We take them out of the side. I'm just going to peek and see. After I said that last time, I had so many people message me and be like, I didn't realize. I've been opening my charts wrong. No, her skirt is all stitched with a lot of B5200. Yeah. So I could do it on any fabric and it would work. If you have any suggestions for a fun or interesting fabric, I'm just not feeling the white for her, but I don't want anything too crazy either, I don't think. I'd be happy to hear what you guys... Oh, here's Ophelia. Oh, I hope I didn't just show the charts, part of the charts on the back. Here's my Ophelia project bag. I need to actually start her. I've got all her stuff in there. I hear the beads and the Krynic. I've got floss away bags full of DMC. Oh, I even have one of these, which I don't usually buy. I got all the water. Holy moly! Look at the water lilies. Purple, green, and teal. Oh, how have I not stitched this yet with colors like that? Oh my gosh. That's stunning. Alright, so what else? Oh, this is my Mediterranean mermaid chart. And I've got beads and Krynic and all the things. Since she's a WIP. My daughter wants her. And if you watch my other parts, I think you would have heard me mention that my daughter has been saying recently that I need to stitch more mermaids. So this one should stay handy so that I can work on it for her. Not a Mira. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is Shakespeare's Fairies, which I do think I started. Let me pull up a cover photo for you. Whoop, spell it right. And Lisa Stitching and Such, I think is the name of her channel now. Lisa finished this not too long ago. Here's Shakespeare's Fairies. She looks great on some of the dark fabrics I've seen too, though. This is some sort of kind of acidy green. I think it's a Picture This Plus. I'm sure it's a Picture This Plus. It's pretty old, though. So I don't have a huge start. Just a little bit of a bluish green blob there in the middle. This one's opalescent too. I don't have tons of opalescent fabrics. I've got all of her stuff. Also, I wanted to mention, because I think some of her treasures may be discontinued. If you Google, I believe I have everything here, but if you Google, like, the Mill Hill treasure, like Mill Hill, whatever it is, 12011, whatever, you often will get a return, a search return that'll say, like, what the replacement is, like what the suggested replacement is. So if one's been discontinued and you don't know what to do to sub in its place, try just Googling and seeing if you like what comes up, because that can work. This next one is Mermaid of the Pearls, which I have as a WIP at the cabin, but I also decided I'd really like to see what it looks like stitched on dark fabric. And this one's out of print. It's been stitched a lot. There's tons of good images out there of Mermaid of the Pearls. So the WIP I have at the cabin, I started a very long time ago, I think before I finished any, or at least many, Mirabilias. I wasn't feeling so sure about the Krynic, so I actually took I'm stitching her without the Krynic. That started to kind of bug me. I want to stitch her with a Krynic. So, I kitted her up a second time. I've got beads and Krynic. I've got her DMC. I've got a photocopy of the chart in here. And this is, what is this? I don't know whose fabric this is. I don't know if I have it written down somewhere. But it is a very dark navy blue. I wanted to say Picture This Plus at first, but I don't know that it is because there's no like purple in this. It doesn't look like Gothic or Phantom. Looks like it's just like a really deep, dark, but mottled like navy blue. It feels like a Picture This Plus. It's got kind of the fuzziness. I don't know if you guys have noticed, Picture This Plus sometimes will get pretty linty. I don't know if it gets really beaten up in its like dyeing and washing process. It kind of has that sort of effect to it. I'm not sure what it is. And I don't think I kept anything with the name of it. So I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Not sure if I'll get to that one. Hasn't been started yet, but I have to kit it up. I have all this beautiful fabric, right? I might as well kit it up with things and get it ready to go. Ooh, I gotta keep this one out. This is my, is it Blossom Goddess? Yep, Blossom Goddess. This is the one I'm doing with my daughter. If you watched my other parts, did you, because I don't remember saying, oh, I wonder if I kitted up from scratch twice, or if I just moved the specialty materials downstairs, or if I need to, or something. I need to go back and watch my other parts. So I have her beads here, at least some of them. How many beads does she take? Yep, I have her beads. She also takes a water lily. I don't see a water lily in here, so maybe I just need to move her water lily down here. I don't know. But I've got all of her floss. I've got all of her beads. I've got the chart. I should show you the WIP, right? That would make sense. So this is the one that I like restarted with my daughter. We do not have much done. Some of the X's are mine, some are hers. I'm going to keep this out. And, because I think once she started putting some X's in and saw the size of the fabric, I think she became more okay. Like, for a while, she wanted us to be doing an equal number of stitches. But then I think she saw this and was like, maybe you can do more, Mom. But I think she said that she only wanted me to work on it when I was with her or something. I'm going to have to check with my daughter on the ground rules and maybe make some more progress on that. So leave that one handy. Okay, what else do I have? What is this? Oh, this is Fairy Roses. This is my conversion of Fairy Roses. Alright. I pulled up a few of the charts ahead of time, like images that I knew I needed to, but I didn't know to do all of them, So this is what Fairy Roses is charted to look like. And I do have it kitted up to stitch like this. I'm pretty sure I haven't started it yet. Some of you might be yelling at me right now. So I have changed her to be green wings. I believe green wings and a teal dress. I'd have to go back and look at my conversion. But so this green coloration, I'm just going to extend all the way down. And I'm going to do the dress in teals, and it'll be the yellow roses. And I think I was going to find a place to add in like little pops of pink. This is an old silk weaver. I have more done on her than I thought. Oh, this is exciting. Most of my needle minders will be clay by Kim. Oh, she looks good. Oh, I gotta work on her. Look at how pretty she is. I like my fabric. It's like beiges and light blues. Like gray, blue, and beige. Oh, I like her. And I like the idea of stitching a Mirabilia, but having it be still somehow unique to me, you know? I don't want to convert all of them, but doing some converting I think can be fun. I don't have any beads in here because I think, because I'm converting it, I was like, I'm just going to wait till the end and probably search and stash and see what I have and what I think might, what might look good. Let's see, what are some of these? What's this? Oh, Archangel? Nope, Millennium Angel. Archangel must be the other one. This is Millennium Angel, which I totally got all kitted up. I have two fabrics in here. What was I doing? Did I start it twice? Do I have... Oh, I have two projects in this project bag. That's what it is. The other one's not a Mirabilia. Okay. I totally started this after Lisa from Crossed by Floss started stitching hers. I don't have very much done. This is a Be-Stitch Me, I'm almost positive. So, not very much, but a little bit. This angel's really pretty. Just took me a minute to figure out what was going on in this bag. Sorry I bumped you. I don't have any, like, urgency to complete that or anything. Just work on it here and there as I feel like it. Trying to get everything back in here. The cleanup is going to be a mess. This is a Stonehouse Stitch Co. bag. I'm almost positive. Yep, Stonehouse Stitching on Etsy. She does a lot of pieced bags like this I really like. And because I'm a quilter. Oh, I know what this is. Took me a minute. Where's the other one? Not there. Okay, well, I'll show you the other one when we get to it. So, Fairy Moon. I need to put a chart in here. I have Fairy Moon as a WIP with significant work in it. It's not like almost done or anything, but it's like significant progress. I also would like to stitch her again, and was wanting to do I was thinking about doing a conversion with Cosmo Floss and just changing the colors up a little bit. I'm not certain that this is what I'm going to settle on, but I've got Cosmo Floss in here, and I've got Fabrics by Stephanie, Bewitched. Oh, this is so pretty. So, so pretty. Purples and greens. I love it. I'm hoping that this conversion will look good. I think I'm doing it as much to like play with the conversion as anything, right? I already have a WIP that I will probably finish before I start this. But anyway, that's what that is. I'm not sure like what the best way is to go about doing this. Oh, such a mess. You know what? Bear with me for 1 minute while I'm going to pack some of this stuff away. Don't want to show any charts by accident. Pack a little bit away. And then I'll move on. Okay. Next bin. I'm not doing too badly on time. It's a hot chocolate, in case you're wondering. I don't drink coffee. Okay. I am still, by the way, working on the retreat piece. So, for the Mirabilia, the Queen City Stitch Retreat. So, and I haven't done much of my own stitching here recently. I have to bring up a picture for this one. It's Nora Corbett, Red Tree. So, this like red series she did was not my favorite. I had passed on it. And then I was I don't remember what year did this come out. It doesn't say. It's NC 173. I was scrolling through, 2012. Oh, I don't feel so bad about forgetting about it. That was 10 years ago. Wow, okay. Anyway, so she did this series of women looking like that. It was like kind of simple. I've been in this Christmassy mood lately, and I was scrolling and saw this one on 123 Stitches site, and was like, oh, I like that one. Like, the others were a little too basic for my taste. This one I like a lot. So I went ahead and kitted it up. I've got a photocopy of the chart in my project bag. I've got this bag. Oh, I'm not going to remember, and there's not a tag on it. Well, I like this bag. It's beautiful. Snow globe kind of effect. I'll try to remember to link this one too. There's water lilies. I think there's more water lilies than this. I've got beads, Krynic. Yeah, she's like actually mostly water lilies, I believe. And then just a few DMC colors. Look at all that. They're mostly water lilies. It's beautiful. And I have a hand-dyed by Rolanda. I haven't started yet. Rolanda, I'm sorry, I don't know which. To stitch it on. Oh my gosh, it almost has like a Christmas tree shape in the middle there, doesn't it? I don't know if y'all can see what I'm seeing. It looks like a moon and a Christmas tree. Anyway, I have this to stitch it on. I think it'll be lovely. Hopefully I won't be wrong. Oh, sorry again. This is hard having my iPad balanced up there like that. Okay, so this one has the Christmas Eve Courier's sleigh in it. Let me pull that one up, because again, I just have a photocopy in here. Oh, I spelled sleigh correctly. That's nice. There's a sleigh. I feel like lots of people have stitched this. I don't know that I'm ever going to go through and stitch all the reindeer, but I would like to stitch the sleigh. So this is Blue Moon linen from Wishelt. So just a plain fabric to stitch it on. It is kind of sizable. And I've got all the DMC. And I've got the beads and Kreinik. So I should be good to go on that. Got another project in this bag too. Yeah, I was like, gosh, isn't there water lilies? There's no water lilies. Just nice. Alright, Damask Roses. I'm not going to take out of the Q-Snap. I have not worked on her in weeks. I've got her significantly done. Again, not nearly finished, but like, you know, there's a lot done on here. This one also needs to, I feel like, remain high on my list. And I've got everything to stitch her. This is, sorry, I keep bending over to pick things up. This is one that I also worked on the trip my husband and I took to Greece, to Athens, Greece. Putting that back there. As it goes someplace different. This one, oh, I love this one so much. This one's the Butterfly Fairy. Yeah, I don't want to show the chart. This is a Creations Agnes needle minder from Etsy. I like her needle minders a lot. I do sometimes have to glue the magnets back on. Oh, is it E6000? Is that what it's called? But that's not really a problem. A little inconvenient, but not a problem. I love them. I think they're adorable. Butterfly Fairy. I love her. And part of what I love most about her is this fabric. She is a WIP, but I have not done much on her. Well, actually, I might have done more than I thought. This is where she is. This fabric, I don't remember off the top of my head what it is, but it's been discontinued. And I don't know that I can get, well, that's the color. That's good. I just love it. It's this, like, not quite aqua, not quite minty green kind of color, and I feel like it sets off the colors in her just beautifully. Excuse me. I really, really like her. She is one of my all-time favorites. Bag made by me from Tula Pink fabric, yet again. Should have everything in here for her. I've got all of her DMC. There's quite a lot. And beads. Does she not have any Kreinik? I'm asking you. Unless you have the chart in front of you, you don't know. Oh, the fabric is light teal green Mirin. It's a 28 count. I remember Googling it and discovering it's out of production. And yeah, there's no Kreinik and no water lilies. This is MD75. It is out of print. I believe it's one of the charts that was brought back, though, for a time. When she did, like, Wishelt did, like, a re-release of a handful of charts. For what, 25th anniversary? I believe this was one of them. I got, like, a little tickle or scratch in my throat now. Alright, what's this? Oh, this is another experimental piece. This is Caramia. Again, I have a life goal of stitching Mirabilias in all silk. So this is a crossed wing fabric. This is Deep Sea by Crossed Wing. I've barely started it. It's pretty fabric though. It's not at all purple, the fabric. It's just blues and greens. Barely started it. I have converted her to Splendor Silks and just colors I love. I was going to do her with gray hair. I've got pinks, teals, purples. She's super simple and super small, so I thought maybe I'd give a little conversion a whirl. I just haven't gotten very far. The only like stitching store of any sort near me is a needlepoint store in Sewickley, Pennsylvania. It's a good like 45 minutes or a lot more away from me, depending on traffic. But the Splendor Silks, they carry, it's a needlepoint store, they carry Splendor Silks. So they don't carry Petite Treasure Braid, they just carry Treasure Braid, which is thicker. But this is if I want to go somewhere and actually see colors before buying them, it's the best I can do. So I've got some silks, got some shades of gray for the hair, and we'll see how it goes. It's just a fun little pet project. And this is a Love You More project bag, which you can kind of get Mirabilia charts in, but you're going to mess them up some, in a Tula Pink fabric. Because of course it's Tula Pink. This one, I think I've seen stitched quite a lot. Oh, I didn't see my fabric in there for a minute, and I was like, no. Oh, I don't want to show you the chart. I was like, now wait a minute, where did my fabric go? This one is Monk's Hood. I think she's stunning. I love all that purple with the fuchsia. Obviously, I'm not alone because so many people stitch her. I think I don't know if I have everything in here. I don't. I have some of the beads and I have a lot of the floss. It's not in floss way bags yet though. This is Haunted from Picture This Plus, which I still need to wash. You don't need a very big piece. So, like that. Haven't started her. She's been sitting here on my little stitchy table though, literally for years. I remember kitting her up, like, I think before the pandemic. I think I'm right. She needs to be stitched. What's this? This is Moonflowers. I started her on a Stitch With Me video. I'm not sure I've done any more. Certainly haven't done very much more since then. This is a plain Wishel fabric I'm stitching it on. It's like a gray blue. All right. I think this way. So, not very much. I know I started this in part because my daughter was explaining how she liked the things that had the most sparkle. This one has a lot of sparkle to it. So, and I believe I have everything. Lots of shaking. Yeah. Lots of Krynic. Pretty colors. Lots of beads. So she loves it. Who knows? Who knows when it'll get done? Oh, here's Fairy Moon. And I had a lot of these charts. I have 4 of them. This was also one, I believe, that was re-released. So I had a lot of these charts, and I gave a couple away because I don't need that many. I've got all of her stuff. This is the one that I'm stitching as charted. She does do a lot of blends, or there's a large surface area of blends. This is Crosswing Midnight, which is another favorite fabric of mine. Let's see where she is. Oh, red hair conversion. That's not that well done. She only has one hair color. I don't know if I might pick that out, but my husband loves it. So that's where she is. Can't say she's almost done, but she's got some significant work in her too. I'm pretty happy with her. And I love this fabric. This project bag is one of those plain canvas bags. I don't know if you can get quite this kind anymore, but you can get it like Michael's and Joann's and like craft stores. They're just like a plain bag. There's thread everywhere. A plain bag that you can like puffy paint or fabric paint or tie-dye or whatever on it. But I have a lot. They're cheap. This one's a bit of a thicker canvas than what you used to be able to get. So I used to use a lot of those as project bags. Oh, I wanted to put this back here. There's a reason. I'm trying to stay organized. What is this one? Just spy at the chart. What is this one? Oh! This is Garden Verses. I love Garden Verses. I don't believe I've started it, but I want to. It's one of my favorites, but it's so similar to Damask Roses in some ways. I'm gonna finish. Like, I would rather finish Damask Roses first. They're just, for me, too similar to have going at the same time. I've got all of her stuff, it looks like. I hope I haven't the whole time been holding things up here where you can't see them. I've got her DMC. Let me spy real quick and see if I need beads or anything. No, she's all DMC. That's all she is. Bag made by me. And I've washed this fabric. I believe this is a color in cotton. It's like a light, maybe slightly minty green. That's okay for the color. I'm hoping to give like kind of like gardeny feel behind her. Some people online, if you Google this one, some people have done some amazing like conversions and additions to this one that are just so clever and creative. I love them. This one I was gonna start, I really wanted to. I was gonna start it not that long ago, and then I think the fabric held me up. I think not having fabric or not choosing a fabric or something. I was gonna say I think I needed to wash a fabric, but I don't even have a fabric in here. So I think I haven't picked one. I have nothing in Flossaway bags, but I've got the DMC. I've got a ton of beads and some Krynics down here. So I'm operating under the assumption that I have everything. I've got treasures, beads, more treasures, Krynic. There might be more Krynic in here. Everything is just jumbled around. Oh yeah, more Krynic. And this is in one of those Fringe Supply Company bags that back when they were in business, your order could come in. Choices. This one's calling to me. Oh, what to do? Alright, that's not Mirabilia. What about this? That's not Mirabilia. That's not Mirabilia. That's not Mirabilia. That's not Mirabilia. I do have things other than Mirabilia in my stash. This one's Mirabilia. Which one is this? I've been looking, I haven't been looking for this one. I've been thinking I need to get this one out. So this one is Adia, the Garden Fairy. Sorry about all the crinkle. I'm going to have to pull up a picture. So Adia, I have stitched before. She was an early Mirabilia stitch for me. I stitched her without the wings. Now, part of the reason I sometimes left elements off of my early Mirabilias was purely like self-confidence, right? Like they take forever, and I just wasn't sure I could get it done, right? Like if I stitched all that. So I left the wings off of Adia, although I'm glad I did. Now, like, she's hanging on the wall over there. I love her without the wings. She just looks like this graceful dancer. Like, she's so beautiful. I also did things like I left the I think it's strawberries off of May's Emerald Fairy. But anyway, back to Adia. Love Adia. And so Stitch and Mommy, she's been stitching Adia with the wings. And I'm jealous. I want an Adia with the wings too. So I restarted her, although barely. And literally my other Adia is framed and hanging on the wall. And I mean, I had her framed pre-2008. So she's been with us for a while. I just went and like kitted her up again. God, I might have all the charms. I've got Krynic, beads, charms, and so I'm doing Elizabeth. If you guys like don't follow me regularly, you might not be following what I'm saying, so my apologies. But I'm stitching Mirabilia's Elizabeth in hand using the sewing method. It can get a little boring for me, right? Because I'm not exactly a one-at-a-time stitcher. It can get boring doing like one project, and I would like to get a little more practice. So I also, if you've been following me, I think I'm usually not super wild in my fabric choices. I'm certainly wilder than some people, but I wouldn't say I'm like super wild either. But I have children, and I love them dearly, and my daughter is obsessed with rainbows, and I don't see that ending, and there are some beautiful fabrics out there. I think this is hand-dyed by Rolanda. I don't know if I have a tag. Since I started doing floss tube, I started trying to keep the tags. I feel like this has to be hand-dyed by Rolanda, though. It couldn't be anybody else. Well, let me just show you. This is what I'm stitching her on. It is so not something I would normally choose. Now, there is stitching. There's some right there. So, and it's a 32 count Lugana, so this fabric is about as, like, not me as you can get. I'm enjoying it, okay? The 8-year-old girl in me, or 8-year-old child, I should say, in me, is enjoying this very much. It's really fun for, you know, when I'm just in the mood. Like, it's just fun. I want to keep this out so it's more at hand as well. I think that's, I would say, for me, that's the biggest drawback to having so many WIPs. Again, I don't mind having a million WIPs. It doesn't bother me. I'm glad I have a million WIPs. It's how I want things to be. But also because I'm not, like, super organized, I don't have, like, a dedicated space for all my stuff, sometimes WIPs can get buried, and then they're just harder to get to. And I tend to not get them out. So this one I need to keep more on top of the stack so that I can put some more stitches in it. I was thinking this might be a good one to take to a retreat too at some point. So should certainly take it to the Queen City Stitch Retreat in Charlotte next year. But I'm also going to the Queen City Stitch Retreat. Did I say Queen City Stitch Retreat? Of course I'm going to the Queen City Stitch Retreat. I'm going to Steel City Stitch Retreat in March. Since I live in Pittsburgh, I was very excited to get in. And I'm also going to Stitch North in the spring. So, what just fell? I find this happens a lot. Charms fall off of bags a lot. I need to do something about that. This is another one. Okay, this is going to be Renaissance Mermaid. I haven't worked on her in months. So Maggie, Kitschy Whips, has finished hers. It's stunning. I was watching Maggie working on it, and anyway, this was ages ago. Decided I just needed to work on mine too. I couldn't stand watching her work on not making progress on mine. But But then she finished hers, and I kind of put mine away. I need to get mine back out. So I've got a bunch of Kreinik and beads. Again, I hope I haven't been doing this the whole time, because I'm refilming this video. I've got all the Kreinik and beads and DMC and everything. Okay, I feel like I have a lot done on this. Not that it's almost done, but that it's like maybe halfway done. But my brain deceives me kind of a lot. So we'll see. This is on a, what is this on? I think a Picture This Plus. Oh, I don't know that it's half done, but it is significant. She needs to be finished. And she did not need this entire fat half. I should have done her sideways and cut this down, but I didn't. She needs to be done. Alright, she's going to get more work before my daughter's Mediterranean Mermaid, I think. That's pretty significant. She needs to get some attention from me. I'm thinking, am I doing this right? I'm thinking about my organization. Yeah, I'm totally doing this right. Okay. This one is it Florentina. That's what it is. I love this. This, one of our Christmas tree ornaments just fell off the tree. I'll get it later. Our tree's like right over there. So Florentina, I love her, and sometimes I get in the mood to work on her, largely because of her fabric. I have all of her things for water lilies or DMC or beads or Kreinik, all of it. Should be all of it anyway. This is a color in cotton. I would have guessed I'd gotten further on her. I haven't touched her in a long time. It's a very kind of bright aqua-y blue, which I think will look good with more of like the tealy blues that are in that column, plinth, I don't know what you call that thing she's sitting on. I think it's going to look good. I thought I had a little more of her done. Like, I think I thought I had a little bit more of like this stuff done, but that's okay. I moved up, I'm working on her head and face. There's no urgency to that one. Just enjoying working on her. This is a bag I made myself. I just used canvas outside and lining, and for me that makes it like thick enough, makes it the way I like it. This is not, there's like a whole bunch of stuff in here. None of which I think are Mirabilias. There's spools of floss in there. Well, here's a Mirabilia. Oh, I think I know which one this is. What's she called? Botanical Garden. I barely started this. I worked on her a little bit for a couple of days when I first got her, and probably haven't touched her since. I've got her bead pack. Got all of her DMC, Kreinik. Got water lilies in here. I'm trying to think. So, I don't remember who this bag comes from. Who does the needle minders to match? Do you guys know? So I've bought from both Little Boat 88 and the 805 Stitcher. Oh, there's part of the chart showing. My apologies. I've bought from both Little Boat 88 and the 805 Stitcher, but I confuse their bags because they're similar in construction. I don't remember who does those needle minders like that. This is pretty small, so I have a really small piece of fabric for it. Oh, I've barely done anything. You're not even going to be able to see it. I got some stitches there. This has got to be part of a Bee Stitch Me fabric. I must have used the other half for something else, or I cut this off to do it. I feel like that might be part of her face. I bet it is. I bet I started with skin for this one. So, not much done. That's okay. There's lavender and lace I'm not going to take out, and I know somebody in one of my other videos commented she was not pleased when I kept like skipping the lavender and laces. At some point in my future, I may do a like everything else WIP parade, or even just like a other fancy ladies parade. I don't know, but not today. Not doing that today. What's in here? Oh, this is a chatelaine. I need to get the rest of my kit in there. That's a, I would probably show it to you, but I haven't started it. That's Hawaiian Garden. Let's see what else. I don't know if I have any more. This is going to be really short. Did I already do that? Yeah, I did that. Yep, that's not. That one isn't. Mirabilia. What about that? Oh! This is Arezzo. It is Mirabilia. This is, I don't believe it's a free chart. But you can get it as a download off the Casa Chanina website. This, I believe, was a chart done as a for a retreat that Nora attended in Italy, in Arezzo, Italy, because Arezzo is apparently the, if I can get the internet to work, Arezzo is the town, oh my goodness, where the retreat was held. This is, I'm struggling to get a good picture that's even remotely in focus. Here, you can enjoy some Jill Rensel framing. You'll get the idea. This is what Arezzo looks like. And it says Arezzo down there, and I'm thinking of changing it to say something else. I don't know. I was thinking of maybe changing it to be, I don't know, to another word or like an attribute that I find important, or that I think the woman there is emoting. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. So I got her DMC and her beads. I'm going to show you the chart on this one because there's no way you can read it. I can't even read it in person. So you get this as a download. I'm going to have to do it off my phone. I mean, it's literally, there's no way to read this. It's a hand-drawn chart, which is an easy-to-read hand-drawn chart if you zoom in. This is just print, like, it's such a scale that when you print it, there's, like, no way. You can't tell anything. It's beautiful. This is an old Silk Weaver fabric that I'm going to do it on. Like, grayish blue. I thought it would look like the stones, like stones behind her on the wall. She's really pretty. So yeah, if you want her, you can just download her. I mean, you have to pay for it, but you can download her and start her the same day, because you don't need to wait for anything to come to you in the mail as long as you got a little bit of DMC. That's the Teresa Winsler. I'm missing some. know I'm missing some because I'm missing Fairy Idol. Where's Fairy Idol? It's got to be down here somewhere. Oh, I think I just... Nope. Oh, here's another one. Oh my god. Okay. I've talked to some people, I don't know if I've said it on here, about how I might do a conversion of Charlotte, but I also have Charlotte as a WIP. I actually started her before we planned the Queen City Stitch Retreat that Nora's coming to next year. I'm like really annoyed. Like, where's Fairy Idol? I think I'm going to recognize the bag she's in as soon as I see her. There's Charlotte. She does take a lot of treasures. She's got a lot of treasures in her hair. I am doing her on one of my own fabrics, or like a fabric I dyed myself. This is also a bag I made myself. I was like looking at me like, who made this bag? Oh, it was me. I've got one of my little pouches that I make for scissors and things, so I can travel with this one. Beads and treasures. They must have come in 2 parts because I have some of them in the Flossway bags already. There's floss and all that. So this is a fabric I dyed myself. I don't have very much done. This was a MCG Textiles fabric, but it's even. And there's the dye job. So not a lot. I gotta keep her out, right? She's gotta get more love between now and the retreat. Where's Fairy Idol? It's okay. I have almost no stitches in Fairy Idol. I hope I'm not like crazy and I actually showed you Fairy Idol and you're all sitting there like screaming at me like, hey moron, you already showed her. She's around here somewhere. I just don't know where. She's in a project bag I made myself, I believe. I'm sure you want to sit there with like dead silence while I'm looking. Did I show her to you already? I don't think so. But I'm really not prepared to like tear everything apart looking for her. So we're going to end without her. She's here somewhere. I don't have 2 copies of her. I started her my last birthday for a, what was the hashtag I started? Anti-procrastination sale, I believe, to encourage myself and others who needed a swift kick in the Patukas to get up off of their, to start things. That metaphor is not going to work. You know, if there's projects that you love that you've just been like putting off starting to get it started. I just wish I knew where she was right now. That would be cool. That one's gonna bug me. That's okay. I'm gonna end my WIP parade here. Not nearly as long as I thought it would be. I thought this one might be longer because this is where like most of my like more substantial WIPs are. I don't know this for sure. I'd have to like go back and count. But my sense is that this would be the segment that has the most actual stitching in it. Like if you could count the X's in the fabric out of all, this will be part 5, out of all 5 parts, that this would be the part that actually has the most stitching in it. So yeah, that's it. Feel free to ask questions. Like I said, over the next few days, I'll put in more links. I'm really glad I did this because I've pulled out some things that I really want to be more in the forefront of my mind for right now. Charlotte, Mediterranean mermaid, but first Renaissance mermaid, I think, need to get some, like, way more attention. Blossom Goddess, I want to work on more with my daughter. The things on scroll frames are always more at the forefront of my mind. I actually have their project bags sitting on the table. So, or some of them, like for red and for titanium. So those need to get a lot more attention. There's probably others I pulled. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys had fun. This was fun to do. Exhausting, but worth it. It allowed me to, like, dig things out. I'm sorry I can't find Fairy Idol. The next time I put stitches into her, I'll include her in my regular floss tube. And I'm probably just rambling now, so I guess that's it. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoy your stitchy time, and I'll see you soon.